Hey YouTube, Mochismo Eugene, another video from Exit Strategy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Stop advocating for the narcissist. Standing up for the narcissist will only tear you down. An example of standing up for the narcissist is they're human too. Don't judge everybody has faults, everybody has shortcomings, everybody does blah, blah, blah. It's 2024, we don't have time to play games with our lives. We don't have time to start over and do it right next time. Your health, your mental health, your physical health, and your spiritual health depends on you getting this information that you've never ever heard of in the way that you've heard of it here in the last few years. And hearing of it in the context of how YouTube, just the surge of YouTube. Some of you may say, I've heard of this word 10 years ago, I read about it, blah, 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 but I didn't pay any attention. There is a wave of this information, a tidal wave. And this didn't come by mistake, and this didn't come by accident. And it wasn't just coincidence. This is the hand of God waking human beings up to the bullshit that society and the world at large has spoon-fed us for all of our generations. And this generation is the generation He has chosen for His chosen ones to awaken in a way that has never been probably in history. Because being an awakened empath and looking at the world as I see it now, I understand that my life is very sustainable in a way where it brings me joy, inner peace, and happiness in a whole new way, as opposed to when I was frequenting the church, when I was playing church boy, church man, church husband, church father. I'm that same man that is after God's heart, but in a different approach in how I worship God, how I acknowledge God as a presence in my daily life, and how I treat my fellow man. I'm not that believer that will take things at face value. I am not that believer that will allow you to slap me and expect me to turn the other cheek. I am not that believer that will just feel sorry for you because you have a nice sob story. Because intuition has been given to every human being on planet Earth. It was given to the narcissist. But guess what? The narcissist dumbed down intuition and they traded it in for like a bowl of porridge. They traded it in for cunningness, deception, craftiness. I said deceit, I think, but just a lot of negative, underhanded stuff. Because if they hadn't done that, their intuition would have guided them. Their intuition would have protected them from all the things that they're running from. They would have been able to face these things like we do with a pure, authentic courage given from God. And back to point, standing up for the narcissist in this way is being very passive, first of all, because I've heard some awakened empaths who would seem very awakened in comments. And I don't know if they hear themselves, but you are advocating for someone who does not advocate for you. You are advocating for someone that will advocate for themselves. They don't need you to help. They don't need you to stand up for them. They don't need you to protect them. They don't need you to be in their corner. They will advocate for themselves until their dying day. They will never, ever accept responsibility in a real way. They will never, ever own up to who they really are in an effort to turn away from the way they are and become a better, wholesome person, there is nothing for them to turn from to, because they have mastered the art of deception. In their heart, they study religiously how to connive and use and deceive and hurt people. If you ever give the narcissist the benefit of the doubt, I am very doubtful that you won't regret it. Very doubtful. Now, 2024, as I said before, you don't have a lot more time to get this right. You have to sound the alarm to your heart to say, man, I didn't get this information by happenstance. I didn't go through this abuse for no good reason. I was not awakened just to fall back in the same hole that I just crawled out of. There are many human beings that walk this planet called Earth that you can see your way here or there that may, you know, have offended you, that you can right way see that there is some type of remorse, some type of regret, some type of knee-jerk reaction as to how they offended you or said something out of pocket. You can sense that intuition. You can sense that they are genuinely apologetic. With a narcissist, you also can detect that same thing. Don't ever talk yourself out of what your intuition is telling you. Because if you do, this will be your own undoing. And you know what happens is, awakened empaths, when you do this, most often you will be embarrassed and ashamed to even utter a word to anyone that I should have known. I did this or that and I knew better. And nor should you. But it would be a regret, and it would be a shame that you will hold and hoard within yourself. And that shame will cause you to become stagnated. And you will run away from progress, because you will inwardly feel like you have failed yourself. Now, all of that being said, let's say you've been that person, you've advocated, you've stood in the gap for the narcissist, you've stood up and defended and advocated for them. Okay, that was then, this is now. This video serves to show you where what you have done, do it no more. There are content creators that are sounding the alarm in ways that you've never heard before. They are saying some very abrasive stuff. They are saying some things that may make you cringe when they are describing what a narcissist will do to you, against you, if you continue this journey with them. And I know it's hard to stomach it, because if you are in fact that person listening to that content creator and you are presently involved in that relationship or that relationship, or you're entangled with them at a workplace or whatnot, and you've formed a friend circle and you don't know how to disengage or exit that situation, this is a pointer. This is a key pointer for you. Gray rock. Go back to the fundamentals. Become very boring. Because the thing is, if you feel like if you don't hang with this person or this group, if you don't show up in the break room on a particular day because they're expecting you, you're running guilt trips on yourself. Make them miss you. Become a distant memory. And you'll find out sooner or later that the narcissist cares nothing about you anyway. They will make you feel guilty and run a guilt trip on you when you do pop up. If they don't chase you down and put out an APB and catch you in the bathroom, in the employee bathroom, and put you in a headlock, metaphorically speaking. Where you been? What you been up to? I haven't seen you in XYZ. I Haven't seen you over here. You have to disengage. You have to do that for yourself. And when you do that, you find yourself having more time for yourself, and you have more vision to do the things in which God wants you to do, which is to be the best person you can be, and then go on to be a blessing in the world for somebody else. And God will draw these people to you that genuinely, sincerely need you in a real way, that will appreciate you. Stop standing up for the narcissist. Stop advocating for the narcissist. They will do it on their own. And another thing before I close, advocating for the narcissist, they will begin to hate and despise you, because for you to stand up for them, they feel like they have disdain for you, because indirectly they feel like they didn't need your help in the first place. They're very arrogant. They're very prideful people. You can pull them out of traffic and save their life, and they'll feel like you have some you hold some kind of responsibility for the fact that they almost got hit in traffic. As weird as that sound, it is more weirder for them to feel like even when you help them out of a situation, they feel entitled, like you should have done that. They'll give you a half-hearted thank you. Most often they won't even say thank you. But they have this little cunning way of making you feel like they appreciated what you do or what you've done for them. But when they give you a little, you best guarantee that they will get more than that back with interest. With interest. So in closing, I just want you guys to know, stop standing up for the narcissist. It will only break you down. That being said, bless.